Good day, everyone. My name is René Schlatter, proprietor of Merryvale Family of Wines, alongside Andrew Wright, Merryvale Winemaker. Today we're going to taste a couple of wines, the Hyde Chardonnay from Carneros, as well as the Merryvale Malbec. So we'll jump right into it, and we'll taste the Hyde Chardonnay. Of course, we'll try the Chardonnay first. It's one of our three Chardonnays that we make at Merryvale. This is a single vineyard. Hyde, why Hyde? Because that's the name of the grower. We also grow our own fruit, but this particular one is a single vineyard, as mentioning. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, so Hyde, famous grower in Carneros, one of the best Chardonnay and Pinot vineyards in the region. About a mile away from our vineyard, Stanley Ranch, as the crow flies.
Yep.
It's actually a little bit cooler over there, which is kind of funny to think that it's only a mile away, but it's cooler. But that's Carneros, that's microclimates in Napa. What makes this wine, I think, so unique in our portfolio is the combination of the Muscat clone of Chardonnay alongside the kind of the traditional California rockstar, the Wente clone, being the historical kind of big one here in Napa Valley. And I think you get the aromatics of the Muscat clone up front, and you also get like that nice creamy, rich body that comes along with the Wente clone.
Yep.
In terms of winemaking, it's kind of classic Burgundian, old school style. We kind of treat all of our Chardonnays and wines with. So it's hand-picked overnight. It's whole cluster pressed to tank, settled overnight, barreled down into neutral and new French oak barrels from Burgundy, and then native fermentation all the way through. So native fermentation for alcoholic and malolactic fermentation. Minimal intervention, just stir the lees a little bit and kind of let nature kind of take its course. So yeah, what you're left with, I think, is a great representation of that vineyard and a really beautiful combination of the two clones.
Yeah. Great acidity, but also some nice tropical flavors, like mango and guava. So pairings, scallops, salmon.
Scallops, salmon. I love roast chicken with anything Chardonnay, of course. But yeah, those kind of traditional Chardonnay pairings, I think you can't go wrong with. This is also just a little bit lighter in alcohol than a typical Napa Valley Chardonnay. This is 12.5%, just being due to the region and the kind of clones used. And so for that, it's great, just porch afternoon wine, even by itself. Doesn't even need food. It's perfect for that.
Yeah, which is nice. Also, not too much oak, as you mentioned.
Yep.
Some new oak, about 35%. The rest are used barrels, French oak, Burgundy barrels. So yeah, great food wine, but also on its own. Like
super clean. Mentioned. Drink it now or sell it for 5+ years. And
then Larry Hyde and his family have been growers in Carneros for many, many years, and we've worked with them, probably 20+ years. So we like their fruit, so we make this single vineyard. So get some of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next one, Malbec. So Malbec is a varietal that's not very widely planted here in Napa Valley. We all know, I guess Argentina has maybe made that varietal famous. But we use it as a blending component, but also we make this varietally designated Malbec. This is almost all of it is Malbec. We throw in a little bit of Cabernet, I think just a dollop, 2%. From our estate vineyard, but otherwise it's from Stagecoach Vineyards, which is up on the hill, so it's a mountain vineyard. Malbec, I have to say I like it a lot because it's very dark in flavors, but it's also very light. The tannins are low in tannins, I should say.
Yeah.
So it's pleasant to drink and fairly approachable.
Totally. It's super fresh on the palate, but at the same time has those earthy and kind of what I always like to call a Malbec a gaminess, like the gamey flavors, a little like rusticity to it, like blood in a good way. It's got all those deep, dark Malbec characteristics, but to your point, it's light in tannin, it's fresh, it's vibrant. It's a really kind of a nimble wine. It's not too heavy on the palate. It's really, really pretty. I think a lot of that comes from, to your point, the Stagecoach vineyard itself, volcanic soils. A really interesting profile up there where it gets hot but not super hot during the day, a little cooler at night as well. So it's kind of helped by the terroir there. Super unusual to have a Malbec. This is 99% Malbec. It's very unusual in Napa, and I think this is like one of the best Malbecs that Napa Valley makes. I know we're biased because we make it here, but it's really, really unique. It's a special wine.
Absolutely. So it's the offer is a 4-pack, 2 bottles of each. So get some and hope you enjoy. Cheers.
Cheers.